While I personally think that Disney has some of the best cartoons I've ever seen on a TV channel, it unfortunately has a bunch of stinkers in there too. Because while there are a ton of great cartoons, there is a ton of horrid sitcoms. Seriously, sitcoms are what are making these TV channels become bad. But also, there are quite a bit of cartoons in here too. So, let's get right into the top 10 worst Disney cartoons. And of course, worst lists are extremely controversial. So if you like any of these shows, this is just my personal opinion. So anyways, let's get in. Number 10. I Didn't Do It. Well, this is a great story, isn't it? This is a pretty lackluster sitcom. I just don't really see it on Disney that much, and the only way I even know it exists is from my Xfinity On Demand pop-up menu. I surf on demand a lot, don't judge me. And it's always at the bottom of the popularity, which makes sense. This show is definitely pretty cringy with its jokes. The acting is, of course, terrible in a lot of sitcoms, unfortunately. There's a way to do sitcoms good, but unfortunately, I Didn't Do It. It's just a forgettable, boring, lackluster sitcom that just is swept under the rug and forgotten forever. Hopefully. Number 9. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Oh boy. So basically, video game shows are usually just plain horrible. There are some that are good, but shows such as, say, the Super Mario Bros. Show, those are crap. This show is pretty crappy too. Out of all the video games you would make a show of, why would you make a show based off of Pac-Man? First, the cast is about as diverse as a wooden spoon. Weird analogy there, but whatever. See, you've got a bunch of random characters, like, and look at Pac-Man. He doesn't even look like Pac-Man. Look at those ghosts. They don't even look like ghosts. They look like deformed Play-Doh or something. And the jokes are just bland as blandness ever gets. Basically, I advise against watching Pac-Man and Ghostly Adventures. It's just terrible. Don't watch it. Number 8. Liv and Maddie. This show is probably one of the most boring sitcoms I have ever seen. Ever. I think it's about two sisters. One of them likes sports and the other likes fashion. I don't know. This show is so boring that even the name is boring. Liv and Maddie. You can't get more amazing than that. Like, come on, it's just the name of the two female protagonists. And the jokes in this one are just so cringy. Seriously, they're about as more cringy than my YouTubing, which is pretty cringy. And even the laugh track annoyed me with this one. Like, seriously, I don't get annoyed by most laugh tracks, but this one uses so much that it just annoyed me. So yeah, that's pretty impressive for a sitcom they do. And we're only at number 8. Please don't get any worse. Number 7. Ant Farm. It was a tough decision between Ant Farm and Liv and Maddie, but I had to give the edge to Ant Farm because its jokes are even cringier. Seriously, some of the jokes are just terrible. I have laughed more at the phone book. Actually, the phone book is pretty entertaining. Like, I highly recommend reading it sometime. I should do a book review on that. Ooh, ideas. Okay, anyway. Ant Farm is just forgettable, lazy, pretty, of course, terrible acting. Like, pretty much every sitcom has that nowadays. Unfortunately. Come on, can we just get a good sitcom for once? Whatever, I'm sticking with Gumball cartoons. Yay. Number 6. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, let me get straight. I freaking love the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. If I made a top 10 best favorite movies or something, it would probably be on there. So, this show is a slap to the face when compared to the original movie. Okay, let me just say that Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, and Groot do not belong in animation. Because this is probably one of the most hideous cartoons I've ever seen, unfortunately. Let me just say, I love Guardians of the Galaxy, And I don't really mean much. It's just, I don't really like what they did with this. So yeah. Quite unfortunate. Number 5. Shake It Up. My darling. I don't think there's that much people out there that like this. And if you do, then I'm just guessing wrong. But chances are this show is probably one of the most unpopular shows that aired on Disney. Seriously, it's about dancing. Who wants to watch shows about dancing? Like, maybe adults. Dancing with the Stars or something. But, okay. These jokes are cringy. And the actors are bad. And everything that makes a perfect sitcom is thrown into the trash. Because this show is just plain rubbish. It's toxic. Just get away from me. It's a load of trubbish. Throw it into the garbage can. Cause thank dog, this show was cancelled. Yeah. Number 4, Disney Junior. Well, this is an interesting choice. So basically, comparing Nick Jr. and Disney Jr. I like Nick Jr. more. Why? Because it has Paw Patrol and Bubble Guppies. I'm sorry. Yeah, those shoes are cool. I'm just gonna admit something. For a while, I was kind of watching Paw Patrol every morning. I practically, watched the whole entire first season. Thank dog that stopped. Okay. But seriously, though, let me just say Disney Junior is pretty garbage. Of course, I am out of the age range. I am, way past the age limit. Because I'm not 3. I am 4. No, it's just JK. Just a prank, bro. But yeah, I still like Disney Junior. Weird choice, but whatever. I had to fill space, okay? Number 3, Hannah Montana. I know another YouTuber that hates Hannah Montana. And they are correct for hating it. Because this show is a load of garbage. Okay, it's about a stuck-up, selfish brat that sings. And everybody adores her. How charming. Because that's what we all want in our main character. Don't worry. Why? Chances are, this is probably how a normal teenager acts. Well, except for the fact about everybody adoring her. And nobody knowing that Hannah Montana is Miley Cyrus. Come on. They're both terrible singers. Triggered. Seriously, though. This show is cancer. It's just... No. I don't even want to talk about the show. It's so terrible. This is the last sitcom, thank dog, on the list. Because strangely enough, the first 2 on the list are cartoons. I guess we better get into them. Number 2, Right Now, Kapow. This show practically just came out. And already, I hate it. And I don't know much other people that I like either. Because I've seen it on practically every single list that says Top 10 Worst Cartoons of 2016. It's that bad. First off, look at the animation. It's just a bunch of random objects stuck on bodies. What the crap is that? Most shows aren't that popular when it comes to that. The Amazing World of Gumball could be something like that. But at least that is clever with the jokes. Right Now Kapow is just stupid. It's flat out stupid. Its jokes are pretty unfunny. Some of them, I hate to admit, but some of them did possibly make it, but it's just so dang ugly and horrid. And this comes from Disney. Then again, all these other shows that come from Disney, and they're pretty horrid too, so I guess it's not that surprising. But Right Now Kapow is just a blemish. Paul does it, cream! Now, before we get to number 1, here are some unhonorable mentions. Or dishonorable. I know, unhonorable. Glabrath. While I do have to admit that the later series started becoming boring, The first series was actually pretty epic and pretty hilarious. I highly recommend it. To 70. I don't really know what bugs me about this cartoon, but I certainly don't hate it. I just think of it as kind of meh. Stuck in the middle. All I have to say about this one is it doesn't compare to The Loud House. 2 more eggs. Honestly, this show does get quite a bit of hate, but I honestly like it. I crack up at a bunch of its jokes. Get it? Crack up. Dog with a Blog. This show does also get quite a lot of hate, but honestly, I don't mind it. Probably because I love dogs, but also because it was one of the only Disney sitcoms I actually watched when I was younger. And I know the acting may be terrible and some of the jokes may be quite boring, but hey, it features a dog that runs a blog. It's kind of creative. But yeah. Anyways, number 1 is Pickle and Peanut. Where do I begin with this one? Okay. So basically, I can understand maybe if you like this show, but let me just say, this is coming out of Disney. I'd expect something like this from Nick or maybe even Cartoon Network, but Disney? What? The cartoons on here are amazing, besides the ones on this list. And then you just have Pickle and Peanut. Okay, so our main characters are a pickle and a peanut. Yeah. Great. What is all wrong with the show, I wonder? Let's see. Well, it's pretty hideous, considering that it's about a pickle and a peanut. It's pretty lazy, considering that the images they use are, like, from Google Images. Like, they probably just, like, Googled random crap. Maybe, I don't know, smash their faces into a keyboard and then click the first thing they got. Which is why it's about a pickle and a peanut. Even the theme song is terrible. Like, seriously, it's just a bunch of random crap. Like, what? I honestly find this show not very funny either. And, like, it does hit with some, but it also has this weird, nauseating, real life action videos that just kind of, like, show up out in the middle of nowhere. This show also has the depth of a brick. But brick has much more depth because brick. Sorry. And just this show is probably more stupid than my YouTube channel. Cringy, right? So yeah, that's my list. Hopefully I didn't offend any of you guys, though chances are I probably did. I can see the comics section explode now. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Koi Peep Station. Bye!